So we have IPv6 address is represented in this format. This is different than IPv4. IPv4 you have numbers, that is decimal digits only, that are with only that are separated by dots, and it's just 4 octet, 4 parts, 4 separations of 8 bits. Now the lowest IP address for IPv4 is 0, and the highest IP address for IPv4 is 255. Now for IPv6 in a hex state, now IPv6 is divided into 8 parts, and each part is 16 bits. Okay, so each, like this is what we have. IPv6 is 128 bits in length. Every 4 bits is represented by a single hexadecimal digit. IPv4 is represented by decimal only. IPv6 is represented with hexadecimal, that is a combination of letters and numbers from 0 to 9 and from A to F, and I know I explained this one to you guys before. So hexstat is an unofficial term that is referring to a segment of 16 bits of 4 hexadecimal values. Okay, so this 0 right here is an hexadecimal value 0004. All these 4 are 4 hexadecimal digits. Now each digit is 4 bits. Now all those 4 bits together is 4 times 4 gives you 16. So here each hexadecimal digit, okay, each hexadecimal part here is 8. Now this is IPv6 is complete 8 parts, and each part is called a hexstat. But this hexstat is not official like octet with IPv4. You can call it hexstat if you want. You can call it parts, because obviously there is no specific name given to the portions of IPv6. But you can call it hexstat because you're using hexadecimal. Okay, 16 bits. Okay, the lowest is 0 and the highest is F in this scenario. So from 0 to F in each hexadecimal, or each hexstat is what you have your maximum IP. So from 0 to all ones. So if you have all zeros and all ones, that means that is the beginning and that is the end. So that's the same thing for IPv4. So this is exactly how IPv6 address is represented. But if you don't want it this way, you can always reduce your IPv6 address to something small, and I'm gonna have to show you guys how to do this one. So this is the format, the preferred format. But if this is difficult for you, you can reduce the size of this address. So in order to reduce the IPv6 address size, you can first use the omit leading zeros, and then later you can use the zero compression to further reduce the address. So I'm gonna have to show you this one, how to do this one, how to omit addresses. Then from there we can come to this one. So let's look at that. Now let's look at our IP address. Okay, I'm gonna have to clear something here. I'll get rid of that. I think I'm gonna have to cut it and then bring it back. So let's look at our IP address right here, and then we start it from there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to continue like this. Alright. Oh, that's too large. That's really too large. So let me just make it 28. I think that should be fine. So that's my address. Okay. 0db8 1111 00000000020. How many do I have here? Zero AD 1111 0000000. Okay, all right, 0000. So let me just make this a little bigger so I can see exactly what I'm trying to do. So I think I have 4 here already. 1 2 3 4, and I have 1 2 3 4. So I do not want this to be all zeros, so I'm just gonna have to load this. Okay, so now that is my IP address, Ipv6 address right here. So one thing I can do with this Ipv6 address is that I have to do some omitting leading zero. So wherever I have a zero, I have to get rid of that zero. Let's say, for instance, in the beginning here, I have a zero here, so I have to omit that zero out. I have to cut that zero out. In the beginning here also, I have 2 zeros, I have to get them out. Here I have 3 zeros that are leading, I have to get them out. I'm left with 1 0. Here also I have to get rid of these 3 zeros. Here also I have to get rid of these 3 zeros. And here I have 2 leading zeros, so I'm gonna have to get rid of those 2 leading zeros. So I'm left with that. So now, after I have I've removed those leading zeros, now this is what happens. See? That's how my address is gonna look like. Now I'm gonna have 200, alright, DB8 because I've removed that one, AD, okay, the 111s will remain because there is no leading zero, and here there is 0 only, 0 0 and 20. So I've omitted all these leading zeros right from here, and I'm left with this one. So but I want to reduce this address a little bigger, I mean a little shorter than that. So I can use what we call zero compression. So wherever I have consecutive zeros, I have to get rid of all those zeros and represent them with a double colon. So remember, I have colon here. There's a colon between these things here. So I have colon 2001 colon or 0db8 colon 00ad colon 1111 colon. So there's colon between them, but I'm using this, so I don't need the colons there right now. So if I want, I can further reduce this address using the zero compression. So when I do this, I'll have the DB8 I cannot compress because it's still the same. The 111, oh sorry, the AD, there is nothing, so it remains. How about 111? Yeah, it remains. Now these three zeros are consecutive, they are closer to one another, so there is no valid number between them, so we're just gonna have to represent them with a double colon. And then this other one, we bring it down 20, so that 20 comes here. Okay guys, so we have our 20 right there. So our address is preferably written this way, but if you want, you can do it this way by omitting leading zeros. If you want also, you can do this zero compression. All some consecutive zeros, you represent them with a double colon. Now let's look at another sample, for instance. Let's look at another example. Now this time around, I want you guys to see something that maybe you do not clearly capture here. So let's get this 2001. I'm starting with that because it's public IP. 0000 0000 0000 00AD 0000 0000 0000 and 0001. Okay, so let's assume that this is our IP address, Ipv6 address, and that is exactly what it is. So now we have to reduce this address. Now we can use this option. Okay, first omit all leading zeros. Okay, get rid of them. All leading zeros out. All leading zeros out. All leading zeros out. Okay, you can see that I have to get all these leading zeros out in order for me to be able to reduce my address down to a short address. All leading zeros should go out. So now if I get rid of all those leading zeros to get back here, so I have 2001 colon 0 colon 0 colon AD